What time is it?
Damn time!
Welcome to TNS. Join us as we dive into the electrifying world of the NBA players and teams. Please subscribe now for all the latest news and updates from around the league. The New Orleans Pelicans are going to be a team to watch closely over the next few weeks. Brandon Ingram was expected to be moved coming into the offseason. It seemed like a foregone conclusion that he would not be back with the Pelicans next year. However, no trade has been made and Ingram remains with the team. It sounds like a trade involving Ingram is still very much a possibility. Not only are the Pelicans still searching the trade market, Ingram's camp has now joined them in trying to find a new destination for the forward. If New Orleans is unable to work out a deal that they feel comfortable with, they would most likely prefer to move on and trade Ingram. At this point, it sounds like extension talks have not gone super well. At 6'8", 190 pounds, Ingram is not only a scorer, but is also a playmaker as well. Whether he has the ball in his hands or not, Ingram can either get his own shot or he can set others up. He has averaged close to 6 assists per game for the past 3 seasons and has been a good shot creator for the Pelicans. During the 2023-24 NBA season, Ingram ended up playing in 64 contests. He averaged 20.8 points per game to go along with 5.7 assists and 5.1 rebounds. In addition to those averages, Ingram shot 49.2% from the floor and 35.5% from the three-point line. With one All-Star appearance on his resume, he has 1 year remaining on his 4-year, $158 million contract. He is reportedly said to be seeking a 4-year contract extension, worth nearly $210 million. The Pelicans have made it clear they're not interested in an extension at that price tag, and no other team has emerged with an offer. Ingram is on a $36 million expiring contract. The Pelicans would prefer not to have Ingram play out the final season of his contract on their team if they're unable to agree to terms on a more manageable contract. New Orleans is also likely feeling the pressure. The longer they wait on an Ingram deal, the lower the price gets. Can they afford to go into the season with Ingram in the final year of his deal? For weeks, rumors have persisted that the New Orleans Pelicans were looking to trade the forward. There were reports that the former All-Star would soon be on the move. Now with free agency winding down and most rosters set, New Orleans is reportedly running out of trade partners. The Pelicans are at a crossroads with Ingram. Unfortunately, with both sides looking for a trade, it doesn't sound like Ingram will be a part of turning the franchise back into a serious Western Conference contender. The one-time All-Star is just entering his prime and is a proven 20-plus point scorer in the league. Seems to be a good reason for teams to be lining up for his services. However, the truth is, the market for Brandon Ingram reportedly has not been good. Why has the entire NBA seemingly lost interest in Brandon Ingram? The answer is money. Ingram is eligible for a 4-year, $208 million contract extension this offseason, but the Pelicans might not be willing in giving it to him. It's safe to say that Ingram, at the least, no longer falls into the max category of contract negotiations. Ingram is not a max player anymore under the new NBA rules, but as long as he thinks of himself as one, he's going to put pressure on the Pelicans to pay him as such. The Pelicans can take the chance of signing him and working it out later. If he is staying put, some other core piece might have to go. McCollum might be the likely candidate, especially if the Pelicans could trade him for a solid center. At 26 years old, it has been surprising to see the lack of interest around the NBA. The former first-round pick has been linked to the Cavaliers, Rockets, Lakers, Spurs, and Golden State Warriors in recent days. However, getting Ingram and giving him anywhere close to the money he is looking for puts many of those franchises into punishing financial situations in the years ahead. The Pelicans have already made a big trade this offseason. The Hawks sent Murray to New Orleans. It was a move that felt inevitable this offseason, with the Hawks needing to break up the backcourt of Murray and Trae Young to go in a different direction. It looks like Atlanta will try and surround Young with more size and length defensively and build a better roster around him. There was a lot of speculation this offseason about the Hawks trading Murray for Ingram, and some felt it was a natural fit for both sides. When this trade was made, there was a certain level of surprise when Ingram was not included in the initial trade. After trading for Murray, New Orleans has one clear hole they need to fill on their roster, and it's at the center position. They don't have a starting center on the roster, which poses some worries as they head into the season. For the franchises that have the money to pay Ingram outright, there is a notable risk in giving so much money to a player who has just one All-Star appearance on their resume. The reason that the Pelicans have to trade Brandon Ingram isn't because he's not a good player. It's because he wants a $200 million contract extension. And whatever team trades for him inherits the exact same situation, a player who wants a $200 million contract. If Ingram really is seeking a max contract, that does make matters a lot more complicated to the extent that a trade is the best option. Without an Ingram trade, the Pelicans would have to find some middle ground with their forward on an extension. New Orleans prefers to keep Ingram, but has drawn a line in the sand in terms of a price point. Despite everything, the situation remains fluid and is subject to change should new details emerge. It will be interesting to see how the Pelicans handle this situation, and if they drop their asking price to make a deal happen sooner than later. Be sure to tune in next time for more updates and news on all your favorite NBA players and teams. Please like, comment, and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching the NBA Splash.